Hi everyone, I'm Mary Ellen with Headwaters Science Institute and welcome to Thursday Science Challenge. Today we're going to talk about decomposition and what causes it. This is an easy subject to study in the forest and anywhere because it's going on all the time. Decomposition is a natural process where dead plant material and dead animal material is broken down and added back into the soil as organic material. The process is carried out by invertebrates, fungi, and bacteria. Decomposition is a very important process for soil health. Remember, matter is not lost, it's just cycled as a solid, liquid, or a gas. Some matter from a decomposing log is added to the soil, and some is added to the decomposer's body as growth. But a lot of it is released as gas, as carbon dioxide and water. These invisible gases are essential for the ecosystem because the plants use them to grow. There's matter cycling all the time in the ecosystem, and a lot of it's invisible. Your challenge today is to find a fallen log and use your detective skills to figure out who the decomposers are. I will give you clues, but you get to solve the mystery. So let's go find a fallen log. I came across this beauty. It looks like it's been on the ground for quite a few years. And I can also tell where it fell from. So let's take a closer look at that. Looking up at the remaining part of the tree, it's broken off in jagged pieces, so it doesn't look like it was cut down. There's a whole lot of animal holes in the remaining stump since it's fallen. And looking at the end of the log, it definitely isn't cut, it fell off. Now it's time to get up close and see who's decomposing this log. I'm going to use all my senses. Most of it's going to be my eyesight because I can see a lot going on here. But I'm going to go and smell it and see if I can hear some termites in the log. I've got a lot of suspects for this log. The obvious ones right here are these cylindrical holes that have been bored into the wood that looks like a bird has pecked away at it, perhaps going after these bugs that made these channels right here. Currently, I'm also seeing ants that are crawling around on it, so they're busy at work right now. All along the log, I'm seeing big piles of sawdust being dropped where it's getting eaten away or decaying. And then right here are some long black stiff pieces of fungus that I've never seen before, so I'm going to look those up. And then in every little area below a hole, there's little piles of sawdust. So something's in there chewing away at the wood and spitting it out. Here I've found some white rot fungus. There's white rot fungus and brown rot fungus, and they're named because the white rot consumes the brown parts and leaves the white part behind, and the brown rot does the opposite. I'm also finding holes like this, which makes me wonder if birds were pecking at the bark while the tree was living to hunt for insects underneath the bark. There's strong evidence of spiders because of the webs I'm seeing everywhere. This appears to be evidence of a small animal burrowing in to make a home inside. These markings, which look like drawings, are actually created by beetles and other small insects which enter the tree through the bark while it's living and exist right under the bark, eating the nutrients that the tree is transporting up and down. Now that I've collected all my clues, I'm seeing some clues are much stronger evidence than others. If I actually saw the organism like the ant, that's a much stronger clue than if I saw what was left over like the tunnel left over from the beetles. Some of these suspects were attacking the tree while it was alive, and some are now using the log when it's down. What are they benefiting from it? It appears that a lot of the suspects are using the down log for food and for shelter. Now that I've gathered all my clues and I've looked at it, I think I came up with what happened to my tree. Right here is the stump of the tree, and as you can see, it's in a pretty overgrown area. So I think the first problem was the tree got deprived of a little sunshine and maybe some water. Then some beetles arrived and bored holes into the trunk to go feed underneath the bark. But there's beetles in all these trees, so I don't know if that was the initial problem. I think probably what happened is the woodpeckers arrived to eat the beetles, and after the woodpecker and wood-boring birds fed on those insects, there were openings in the bark and maybe some fungus got in there. Then probably there was a very large storm and we got a huge wind event which came through and blew that tree over because it was weakened a bit. It didn't have a cut on it and it didn't have charcoal bark, so it didn't get struck by lightning. I had a lot of fun trying to figure this one out. If you can find something decomposing in your yard, get down close and investigate it and use your clues and see what you can come up with. If you come up with a theory, please share it with us. We'd love to see it. See you next week.